Hi, it's Chantel from Red Page Cafe. I'm here to show you guys my take of Nick the Booksmith's challenge. It was Desert Island Challenge is what it was called. We got stranded on this island after a crash, and we only have our fanny packs. And these are the 4 givens: the glue, some kind of glue, scissors, thread with the needle, and paper. And we also had to choose 4 things that for extra bonus things. So we had to pick well. So I chose the book cover right here. It was a very old book cover and it did not have a spine. Sorry about that. And a piece of 12 by 12 material. So I ended up choosing this beautiful material that I thought would work very well with this. And what else? Oh, ink. And I chose a piece of scrapbook, Tim Holtz scrapbook paper with a bird on it and some eggs and stuff. So let me show you what I did. Okay, first of all, the cover. I just literally glued and made this spine out of layers, and can you see that? Layers and layers and layers. I literally took 2 pieces of paper like this and folded it in 4 twice. So I've got like this 3 layers of book page. And I also realized through that process that it was too thick to sew through my signatures. So I ended up doing kind of like the hollow back binding, but with paper, because I didn't want to use up all my material for it. So I used paper to do it. So I kind of winged it. So first I got 2 ties with the material. Just cut them in strips. And then I've got a pocket, material pocket, which is holding very well. Here's a little, we could use as much paper as we wanted. It's all tea-dyed paper. Now because I bake my paper, I get a lot of different markings, so it was good that way. So here's a piece of the scrapbook paper, and thanks to Sagita, I remember the rose technique that she showed us. So I tied it up with red thread and then I just glued it on. And then I've got some stitching here. I had so much fun. At first I was a little frustrated because I was like, well, what am I gonna do? Because I'm so used to stitching everything and I like to have different elements. And then I started playing around and then I started enjoying myself more and more. So here's the tag. I glued 2 pieces of paper together and then I cut them up. Once I had one tag or one corner cut, I literally used that corner for almost all my tags. So I just folded it like this and then I reused the tag over and over and over again so they would match. Got creative with a little bit of stitching here, and then I decided to make a little bow on this side. Added interest. And then stitched on the edge. So made a little pocket. Got a little tab here with the material. And then I played around with little pieces of paper. And then I thought I'll put a little piece on the edge to give it interest with some stitching. So I'm very happy I used red because it just gives it a pop and it's just great. And there's a pocket here, a tuck spot, and this is like a little piece of paper that I just decided to fold to give it interest, and then you can just tuck it in like that. Here's another feather. It opens, and this is a pocket where you can put some pictures, and then I also made a bow on the other side. So I had lots of fun just trying to figure out how I would make this work. So here's another piece of that Tim Holtz paper. And this guy just flips out like this. And this is part of the spine. It was so delicate, so I tried to use pieces of it throughout the book. So here's part of it. Sorry. And then what I did with this piece of paper is I tucked it behind this fussy cut of a tree. This is also a tuck spot this side. And then you pull gently this guy out and you have more room for journaling. So I had fun with that. And then this was a piece of the paper that I decided to layer down here with the word. This guy is another piece of paper. And what I did is I just made a little bow so that you could literally untie the bow and use the whole piece of paper if you wanted. I literally just folded it up just so you would have added room, and then you could use the paper wherever you wanted, background, whatever. So then I decided I would make a pocket out of the material with a piece of paper for added interest. And then this guy just opens up for more room to write on. I literally used up all the scraps that I had. And then here, oh, I can't remember the lady who does this on Instagram. She does layers and layers of paper. So I decided to start using my paper strips, and then I used some of the Tim Holtz paper, and then I did a little stitching here, glued it down, put some material at the end to make this page a little different. It took a bit of time, but it was so fun. If I can remember her name, I will link her Instagram feed at least below. This guy is a little flip bookie or book piece of paper. I actually will probably ink that, but so I did some stitching here by hand, a little bit more. Most of the paper I torn. I don't even know really why. I just did to give it interest. I kind of really like another little X there. I kind of really like the way it turned out. Same thing with this guy. It just literally pops in like this. So you take this bow off and you can pop it open and write on it. And then you just have to put the string back through. But it was just something different. I'm not going to do that right now because this video is going to be too long. It's already long. So let's keep going. Another piece of the book spine here. Decided to make a little collage with the leftover material, and there's the middle. Nothing. Then I made a little book with the bird. I was trying to figure out how to put him in there because he's quite large and my pages were just not wide enough. So I decided to just make a little bird out of him with a little bit of added interest with a little bow and just leftover scraps of the paper. It just pops in there. Some more stitching here with the little bow that came apart. I'll fix that. Some scraps on the edge. I tried to make a leftover with the little bits of fabric that I had. I tried to make a teeny tiny little bow. So, I mean, it's okay, I guess. There's a feather in here that you can decide where to put. I've got another little bow here. This is another piece of the spine that I use as a tab. There's the other side of that one. It does have a little tuck spot if you chose to put something in there. Here's the second second signature. Here I tried to make some kind of quilted tag. There is in the back a little pocket, like a little belly band that you could tuck something. And there's a little teeny spot here too if you wanted to tuck anything in. I tried to make a little paper flower right here. Added interest, and I just took this half of a page and made it into a pocket. There's also a little tuck spot on that side if you wanted to use them. There's another little scrap here. Here's an envelope. I made a mini tag that is also a little pocket right here, just to put in the envelope, and then I stitched it before I glued it down. And then this guy is another little one of those mini roses, and it just flips out like that for extra place to write. And there's another little piece of scrap with some stitching, and this guy is kind of the same idea, except I just put matte material and you literally open it up for extra journaling space. Super simple. Just pops in right there, and a little bow on that tuck spot, and another little tag with the leftover bits. Here's another tag I made with the little bow on the other side, and then there's a little tuck spot and more spot here. Another little bow here with a little stitching, And then I did the same thing with this piece of leftover paper. And to tell you the truth, it's quite chunky. And then I just put the leftover stuff in the back. This is kind of like a little flip tag with a piece of scrap that I put in the back. So there you go. That's my take on it. Thank you so much for watching. And I will be pulling the names for the giveaway this afternoon, like at 1 my time, which is Mountain Standard Time. So I will be announcing all the winners then. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and thanks, Nick. Bye.